Hey, Danny K here, and we are live with Danny K TV. So, welcome everybody that's joined us. Today, we're going to be taking questions on anything from fitness, working out, cardio, weights, nutrition, anything. So, anything you guys have questions about, lay it on me, and I'll do my best to get back to you, answer them as best I can. Anybody have anything?
All right, so Danny, I know we put out a Facebook post a little bit earlier today, and we got some questions that were hit to us from a couple different people. So I'm just going to go ahead and read those questions off, and then give you a couple minutes to kind of answer those and see if they prompt any additional questions for us. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So the first thing was around motivation. I know a lot of people say the best time to work out is early in the morning to get your day started on that right note. How do you keep yourself motivated to get out of bed in the morning and get your ass in the gym?
Well, sometimes it's not so easy. Basically, I mean, for me, it's just easy because that's where I work. I tell all my clients, put it on your calendar, whether it's early in the morning or if it's a lunchtime thing. If you put it on your calendar, we tend to keep our meetings. So if you put it as a meeting and, you will keep that meeting, even if you don't want to. There's a lot of times that, the boss calls you in, says, hey, Billy Bob, we're going to have a meeting at 1 p.m., and you better be here, you know what I mean? Like, so you put that in your calendar. It's like you don't want to go in because you don't know what he's going to say, but you still go in anyway. So it's still the kind of same thing. I mean, you get up, you brush your teeth, you take a shower. A lot of times we don't want to get up and go to work, but it's just something we have to do. So, for that instance, it's just we have to find some way. It's just 4% of your day. 1 hour is 4% of your day. So it's not a big thing, a big part of your day. So you have to take a shower, you have to brush your teeth, you have to work out. I mean, you take care of the outside, you have to take care of the inside. That should be your motivation enough. But like I said, put it in your calendar and don't miss that meeting, period.
I think that's a great point. A lot of people make excuses that it takes up too much time during the day when, I mean, you just kind of threw it out there. It's really not that much time during the day.
Right.
All right, next thing talks about nutrition. How far in advance before I start working out should I eat?
You definitely want a good time for, enough time for it to digest. So depending on what it is, obviously you don't want to eat like a heavy meal before you eat. A protein shake, if it's morning, it might be like a bowl of, oatmeal and some egg whites or something like that. But definitely at least allow an hour before you work out so it can digest, so that when you're working out, your body can burn those calories and focus on burning the calories instead of focus on digesting your food. And, in the process, it might be coming back up if you work out too soon before it all digests,
That's true. All right. And then your approach to creating a fitness plan. If I'm somebody that's new just walking in a gym and I have certain health and fitness goals, how do you go about getting a plan for me versus me just going in and picking up weights and trying to freeball it?
Well, I mean, it definitely depends. I'm going to ask you, have you worked out before? When's the last time you worked out? So if you've never worked out before and you have certain fitness goals, I'm going to probably start you off very, not slow, but very moderate, maybe doing full body workout routine first, and then, showing that progression that, once we get into that after, 6-8 weeks, then we can progress to, something else and progress to something else and progress to something else as you're getting into it. If you're somebody that just hasn't picked up a weight in a couple of months, I'm going to be doing a little bit more, still working a little bit, because I don't want to, slam you too hard at the very first day. But maybe at that point, an upper and a body, an upper and a lower body workout routine. So there's different levels for different ways, different advances of what your levels are. If you're a very beginner, or so definitely I would have to talk with you and find out not just what your goals are, but when's the last time that you worked out, and if you have any ailments, joints and stuff like that that we have to, consider and work around.
Okay. Let's talk about everybody's best friend, the scale. How often should I weigh myself if I am on a weight loss journey?
Just, if anything, once a week. And I would say, pick a specific time, a specific day, and I would suggest the latter part of the week, not the beginning part of the week, because, that's, Monday is after a weekend, and sometimes we tend to fall off the wagon a little bit. So you don't want to fall off the wagon, tailgate for, football or whatever, and then, try and weigh yourself on Monday, and you're going to be like, son of a bitch, what the hell did I do? So weigh yourself, I would personally suggest, on Fridays, Friday morning, and stick to one scale. You don't want to weigh yourself at home and you're 150 pounds, and then you go to the gym and you're 155 pounds. You're like, oh my God, I gained 5 pounds in 10 minutes. No, you didn't. Scales are different, so you want to compare apples to apples. So, if you're always going to weigh yourself at home, then go by that. You can also, do the thing of going to the gym, weighing yourself, and seeing what the difference is between your home scale and the gym scale. And then, so if you weigh 150 pounds at home and 155 pounds at the gym, if you lose 5 pounds, 5 pounds is 5 pounds. So that's going to show up on your home scale and the gym scale. But I would definitely suggest 1 day a week of weighing, and pretty much stick to the same time, because you have the same kind of foods, the same, all that in your system. So you're not too heavy, you're not under, and kind of the same clothes too. You don't want to wear big heavy baggy boots and pants and stuff like that, and then the next time you're in your skivvies and so forth.
Okay, so this comes from somebody who's obviously new in their fitness journey, but where do I start? Gyms intimidate me because everybody else seems to be in perfect, immaculate shape, and I am not. So how do I start?
Okay. Well, first of all, especially in this area, I mean, I hear that all the time, you have to remember the, I can't remember it, like the dynamic of the area. The dynamic of the area, there's not a lot of Barbie dolls and muscle-bound people in this area. So a lot of times that's whatever you see in your area, in Targets and Walmarts and shopping, grocery stores, that's pretty much what you're going to see at the gym. You're going to have the off time where you're going to see a Barbie doll and a muscle guy, whatever. But when I first started, the gyms were intimidating. But then I just kind of got into my own, and I kind of got to know the people, and they're harmless, and if anything, they're looking at themselves more so than you, so they don't even know you exist. If they're the big muscle guy or the Barbie girl, they're wanting attention from somebody that's going to give it to them, and if you're not going to give it to them, you're not going to get it. But I would personally just say, go in and check out the gym, see what the atmosphere is. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, then I definitely would not join that gym. Go to another gym, try another gym, check out the atmosphere, and maybe even talk to a couple of the members, and see what they feel about it. But it's always, I mean, that's one of the hard things. The gym's being intimidated, but it's also, we have like this thought, this mindset that everybody at the gym is going to be fit. Well, if everybody at the gym was fit, they're not. Trust me, that not everybody at the gym is fit. They're working on themselves, and they have their own insecurities just like you.
I agree. Same person kind of asked a follow-up question to that based on your response. Do I go in and just kind of start going through the workout routines, or is it a good idea to sit down with a trainer right off the bat and get a structured plan for myself?
Definitely, it's a good idea, and I'm not just saying it because I'm a personal trainer, but it's definitely a good idea to get some sort of structure, routine, from a trainer, personal trainer, and you might want to find out what their background is, what their criteria is, what their certifications are, and certifications really don't mean a lot anyway, because you can be certified to the hilt. But if you don't know how to treat somebody, if you don't know how to work with somebody and their ailments, and you're a jerk and stuff like that, it's just not going to work. So you might want to just sit down and talk with a trainer, or maybe a couple of trainers, before you decide which trainer you want to work with. I mean, it's all about you and your fitness journey and who's best going to get you to your goals and what you're wanting. And if you're going to train with somebody, maybe just because they look good or they have certifications to the hilt, but they're an ass, you're going to feel like I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't feel like going to the gym, and I'm not going to go to the gym, and I'm going to cancel my appointment. So make sure if there's 3 or 4 trainers, 2 trainers, whatever. It's me personally, I would not take offense. I would say, yeah, definitely. If you feel the need to talk to another trainer to see which one fits with you and gels with you, that's great. I would never stop you, because the most important thing is for you to get the results you're wanting for your fitness journey. That's the important thing. We're all should be working together on that.
Gotcha. Charlene, I know you're on the call. Did you have any additional questions for Dani?
I do. My question is, how do you get that positive attitude about yourself? You follow the meal plan, you go in and you work out, but yet you're not getting the results, so you don't have that positive attitude about yourself.
Okay. Well, one, you should definitely take pride in the fact that you're getting your ass in the gym and doing what a lot of people just sit on their ass and wish they were doing. So that, you should take pride in that. And I lost my train of thought. But again, what was it again, Charlene? Bring it back to me.
It's having that positive attitude about yourself,
even though you're not seeing the results. Well, the one thing is, go ahead.
Right, that's one of the. You don't feel like you're seeing the results, and you don't feel like the results are happening quick enough, and so
okay.
You kind of get, that feeling.
Okay, so, well, then my question would be, if you're not seeing the results, are you working with a trainer? And if you are not working with a trainer, then maybe you should, maybe even just get, one training session. Maybe you're just stuck in a rut of your, routine, and your body gets stuck in a rut. So if your body's not working, if it doesn't feel like it's working, it's just going to be melancholy. So, like, I always tell people, think about this: when you're driving from your house to work, you know the same, you say the same roads. You're just going, you don't even have to think about it. A lot of times, if you're like me, I get to work and I think, shit, how the hell did I get here? Because your brain was just on overload and you don't even remember making that right-hand turn. But throw in a little curveball to your brain and your system and your thought process. If it's foggy, or if they throw a detour, there's an accident, so you have to go a different route. Now you got to think, right? So now it takes work to get to work, instead of just this, la, la, la. So, when you think about going to the gym, if you're not seeing those results, then your body is probably just in that la, la, la. Throw in a little curveball, throw a detour, it's got to think, That's why a lot of times I'm there at the gym and I see somebody and I'm like, you know what, you've been using those 20s an awful long time, you better pick up the 25s. Or, hey, you're doing those push-ups and you're doing really great with those push-ups, but have you tried to put your feet on the ball? So I'm always challenging, my members, every time, I see somebody doing something. So, and that kind of goes back to one of the other questions, about what kind of trainer or whatever should I have, and is that trainer passionate like that and looking to help you, or are they just looking for the almighty dollar? You know what I mean? Like for me, when I'm helping you and I'm trying to encourage you to try different things and do different things, I'm not getting any money from that. I could say, hey, that's $50, but I want you to learn more to do, not to get stuck in that, like what you're saying, you feel like you're not progressing, you're not seeing those results, so then you're not feeling good about yourself. But if you challenge yourself and you put your feet up on the ball and you do maybe even just one push-up with your feet on the ball or your feet on the bench or something like that, then you're like, wow, look what I just did. You know what I mean? You challenge yourself, you know, and you made some progress. Now next time you'll do 2 push-ups. Next time you'll do 3 push-ups. But that's about the, you know, in that comfort zone. I did a video the other day about, you know, the comfort zone. You get out of the comfort zone, and you'll be able to push your body, and you'll see those results, and you'll be proud of what you're doing, because not only do you see the results of, you know, weight loss or muscle increase or fat loss or whatever, but you see, you know, wow, 2 weeks ago I couldn't do that. Now look at me, you know, that kind of thing.
So do you think, I guess that kind of brings a follow-up question, do you think that people look for external results too soon when they start a fitness journey?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you want to make sure, you know, that's why I always say, you know, people say, I want to get healthy. Well, I want you to identify healthy. What is healthy? You know, is that being able to play with your kids, being able to play with your grandkids, losing, you know, 15% body fat, you know, gaining 5 pounds of muscle, just losing, you know, getting into a healthy, you know, like what their weight chart says is a healthy weight chart. You know, so identify what healthy is. You know, that's the kicker, and you know, so that you have a goal, so that you're you know, you're pushing forward and knowing what you're doing, having some sort of layout.
Yeah, I think a couple of things that you brought up. It's not just external as far as a fitness goal; it's internal.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and you're lowering your blood pressure. You're lowering your cholesterol. You know, a lot of, you know, internal things may happen before the external. So you know, you go in, you know, with that whole list of what healthy is to you. I want to lower this. I want to lower that. You know, not just the weight, you know, and then that way then you'll see, oh, my blood pressure's going down, you know, and maybe even the scale doesn't change, but my pants got, you know, they're looser, you know, so that's an external thing, but it's not a scale, not that kind of scale visual, you know, but we have all kinds of reasons to go into the gym, you know, and you know, get heart healthy, you know, lowering the blood pressure, the cholesterol, keeping it down, or minimizing your risk of diabetes. You know, diabetes might run in the family, you know, that kind of thing.
Okay. Another question that we got on the post that we put out there earlier was, I hear people say all the time that what you do in the gym is only a small part of it. What you do in the kitchen is the most. Is that true?
Amen. Yeah. There's a saying that my abs were made in the kitchen. There's, you know, nutrition, proper nutrition, is 85% of the results that you see, and how you see those results. So, you know, you and I could work out 7 days a week, hour, 2 hours, whatever, and you know, if you're not eating proper outside of the gym, doing that proper nutrition, getting the proper calories, the proper protein, and the proper, believe it or not, carbs and the proper fats. You know, fat doesn't make you fat. It's overeating calories that do that. You know, that's definitely, you know, the key. Proper nutrition is 85% of how you see those results.
Okay. Another question that came in was, what makes Dani K Dani K? So tell me about why you are such a health and fitness fanatic.
Oh, geez. Well, like I always tell people, my background, you know, I started I've been doing this for over 23 years, personal training, nutrition, in this area, so I've kind of built up, you know, a reputation. Some say I'm a badass, some say I'm a softie. I guess it depends on who knows me. But, you know, 23 some odd years ago, I started because I was anorexic and bulimic. And I knew I was headed down a very bad path, and I was not getting the results that I wanted. So I thought, nutrition. I knew nothing about nutrition. I thought eating the fruits and the vegetables, you know, I was doing good, right? I was eating, that's healthy. But I didn't know about proteins. I didn't know about fats. I didn't know about carbs. I was just eating fruits and vegetables. Well, that crap didn't stay in your system long enough. So, I just was horrible. I was passing out, and so I needed to take some control and figure out what the hell was going on. So I sought out a nutritionist, and he told me I was going to eat more, exercise less, and I was going to lose the body fat that I needed. Now, by no means was I fat. I'm 5 foot. I weighed 105 pounds, and I was 25% body fat. So by no means was I fat. But in my mind, sometimes, I felt, some of y'all might know who Nell Carter is, God rest her soul, but, sometimes I felt like I was Nell Carter. I felt like I was huge and fat. And sometimes it was just like this mental, I can't control, like, the bullying and, divorce, from my parents, and just, all the crap that my father was putting on to my mom and all that stuff. Couldn't control that. So what can I control? I can control what goes into my body. So you're going to treat me like that? I'm not going to put food in my system. Yeah, well, that was dumb. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. So, being anorexic and bulimic, I sought out this nutritionist, and eating more, exercising less, and I lost my body fat. I went from 25% down to 6%, believe it or not, in 10 weeks. And that was because I was stubborn, and I was going to prove him wrong. I told him he was going to make me fat from filling myself with all this food. And I saw how it transformed my body, and so that's what makes me so passionate about the nutrition, is because I saw what it did to me, and I wasn't by any means, overweight or anything. 25% body fat, that's normal. 18 to 26 is a normal fat range for a female. So now 6% was a little low for a female, so I got it back up. So I'm about in the 10 to 12 percent body fat range. But that's what made Dani K was my stubbornness and my the anorexia and bulimia.
All right. So that was 23 years ago. You started your journey. You had your wake-up call. So I think that's important for a lot of people too, because everybody expects results overnight. They expect to do one workout and wake up in the morning and have this amazing body or amazing fitness level, and it's just not going to happen. It takes a lot of work to get through.
Right. And, like I said, it took me 10 weeks to go from 25 to 6%. So that wasn't a lot. That wasn't a lot of time. But all these years, I'm tweaking, and I'm getting better, and I'm doing different exercises, and I'm challenging myself in different ways. So, again, that's that motivation. That's that, that blah. God, you work out every single day, 5 days a week for 23 years. Are you kidding me? Well, you got to change it up, or, yeah, it's going to be humdrum, screw this shit, so you got to keep challenging yourself. So, the other day I did jumping lunges with weights. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. My ass is killing me, but, you got to challenge yourself to keep it fresh and keep tweaking, and the hardest thing is, it is hard to maintain what you have. It's easy to lose, believe it or not, it's easier to lose than maintain. Because once you're maintained, you're at your spot where you want to be. You're like, I can afford to do that. I can afford to do that. And then before you know it, you're like, well, what the hell happened here? Why is all this flub here? Oh, because I was affording to do that. No, I can't. So you get back on track and, get it going again.
Gotcha. Now, I know we got Lori and Carrie on the call. Did you guys have any questions for Dani?
Not at the time.
No.
Just listening.
Yeah, just listening.
Gotcha. Charlene, did you have any other questions?
I don't have any other questions, but we actually lost you and Dani when she was answering my question.
Gotcha. Okay. I know she went over.
Both of you went out, yeah. So I don't have any other questions right now.
Gotcha. Okay. Dani, tell us where you're located at. Where's your gym at?
Westminster, Maryland. It's on 140 Village Road, off of Main Street.
And you born and raised in Maryland?
Yes, sir. Actually, no. I was born in Gettysburg, PA, but I was I was living in Maryland And my mom drove my father and my mom drove all the way to Gettysburg, PA, had me, and came back to Westminster. So.
Gotcha. So if people want to reach out to you, they want more information, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, my email is Dani at DaniKGymandWellness.com, and or the gym number is 410-751-5864.
Gotcha. And you do one-on-one coaching directly there in the gym?
Yep.
I know we are working on a program now to reach out to people that are not local to Maryland to provide access to Dani and her coaching, so stay tuned for that. I want to thank everybody for joining in. Dani, I want to thank you for your time. I know the questions that you answered today are going to help a lot of people, and it may seem basic to you answering those questions, but to people that are either starting a fitness journey or may be extremely frustrated with the fitness journey you're on.
Yep.
I know a lot of the questions that we got seem to be from people that have been on a fitness journey maybe for a little while, but unfortunately in this industry there's a lot of people that are misguided.
Yep.
So there may be a certain amount of frustration level that people are having with either the coaching that they're receiving or they may be trying to do it on their own.
Yeah.
Which you clearly advise not to do. Definitely get help from a professional to get a plan together on what you need to do. So I think that was, I know for me that was my takeaways, and I think for everybody else involved that was their takeaways as well, to make sure that you meet with a professional, have a plan, don't just go in the gym and get overwhelmed,
Right.
and try to do things. You're going to get injured, or more importantly, you're not going to get the results. You're going to get frustrated.
Exactly.
So I want to thank everybody for their time again. Dani, look forward to hearing from you more next week.
Yeah, definitely.
And we
It was
will.
fun. I had a great time.
Yep, we will do it again. Thank you again for
All
your time.
right. Thank you.